Right now, I would like to have Dr. Wayne Hogarty, our 2012 Man of the Year, come to the stage to announce our 2013 Man of the Year. Kimmy, will you please present the envelope?
All right. Now, Piper gave me 6 words for a script. You know that was never going to work. And I'm not going to take this more than 15 seconds, but there were just 3 things I'm sitting here I have to thank everybody for. First of all, I have never seen social media work so well as the candidates this year. So this sets the bar for next year. And Taylor, what more can I say? And Karen, we have our connection with multiple myeloma, so that was a fantastic gift that you got. No, back to script. Okay. Raising just a small sum of money equaling $77,820 and no cents. Sorry, Steve Cantrell.
I wrote a list of people I need to thank. I need to start with thanking my mom, because without this, none of this, really would have happened. But she gave me the strength to never give up and keep moving forward. And she would have done this too, because she helped kids and put time in to help people. And that's what drove me to get to where I am right now is the kids. You see Kimmy and Asher running around, and you just want to help them. I got to thank my dad, who ran all the check-ins at my events. So if you came to my events, you saw my dad. My brother Michael, who also helped me with the check-in, and we started talking whenever I was writing the letter that you see on my page, and we kind of had to, he's hurting just as much as I was, and that's something that him and I that got us closer. So thank you, my Grams, my mom's mom, for making it. I gotta thank Danny and Ruth, who opened up their home and let me have my poker tournament at their place. And Danny also gave me plenty of good talks when I was kind of hitting the end of my rope and needed some help. Stephanie, who ran my BJ's fundraiser and made sure every single person got a flyer. Every single person walked in, so thank you. Gerard, who's one of my fellow co-workers at Granger, and Granger by far made this happen, so thank you, Gerard. And then last but not least, my campaign manager, Christy, who, I was going around asking people to help me out, and maybe it's my personality, but a lot of people said, I don't want to let you down. And I told her, you're not going to let me down, just keep me in check and keep me moving forward. And about week 2, I wasn't getting where I wanted to be, and kind of a little bit of meltdown, and called her, and she drove from Temecula to my house in Fontana and spent the night calming me down and making sure I'm moving forward. So if it wasn't for her, this might not have happened. So I'm sorry, I gotta let people want to thank the LLS staff. Crystal went to all 3 of my events. Sana, every time I went into the office, Sana was there to greet me with a smile, which is Michelle, poor Michelle, every time I put in a matching, I was hounding her to make sure it went through. And she did, and she did great to do that for me. Piper for pushing me to get more donations, and particularly the silent auction items, because I was being a little stubborn on that, so I appreciate that. Lisa for supporting me and being my first donation, the very first night. Well, Diane Callahan, who had to leave because she wasn't feeling well, but she had asked me to run in 2012, and we met at the Starbucks over off of Sierra, and I couldn't figure out why we were meeting there, and I soon found out that was the day that she had her blood work done, and I was still torn on whether I was going to run or not, because I decided to do light the night, because our 10th time walking, And then I hadn't talked to her for a while, and all of a sudden I get a phone call from a number I didn't recognize, and that's when she told me that her cancer had come back. So I said, well, I'm going to do light tonight, and then I'm going to come back again. So we go full circle, and again, I'm going to run for Man of the Year, and her cancer comes back again. So my motivation was I got to get that 50,000 and find a way to stop this, because it's not fair to someone as good as Diane is. Her cancer keeps coming back. So, and since I need to thank Celeste for this. This is funny. The first time we met, I got the contract. Everybody gets the contract, and I signed it. And I'm going through it saying, "What about this? What about this?" And if you know Celeste, when she gets nervous, she bites her nails. And there was one time that I was talking to her about, I think if I could put the percentage of my total money raised on there, and Crystal sent me a message and said, "Were you just talking to Celeste?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, she's biting her nails." So I told Celeste that if at the end of this I'd get you a manicure. So I did. You know, since I'm on a roll here, am I okay? I'm like thanking everyone. I need to thank everyone who came to my events, because I've had a good following for the past 4 or 5 years, and it wasn't for them supporting me and coming through and seeing my vision of finding a cure, none of this would have happened. And I have some people in particular. My friend Tammy helped me run some of my check-ins and actually ran the bar at the poker tournament. And I just met her on a whim, and she heard my story about why I was raising money, and so she's helped me out. Our high school friend Suzette, she's always donated, and she even donated for the program today. And then Devin, who's here today, who has always supported me and went to my events. You know, it's people like that that make this all possible. And then, you know, it's kind of amazing, because my fundraising doubled whenever I had a chance to meet Kimmy. And as soon as I met her, my fundraising went from 10 to 20,000, and then 77,000 today, which is kind of phenomenal. And my golf tournament, I had the time, I had 2 or 3 hours where I spent with Asher and Kimmy. We took the golf cart out, and to see these 2 kids who had cancer and now they're just surviving and doing so well, it just motivated me to keep on going and keep on growing. And it was about week 6 when I finally had hit the grant level, kind of like Daniel, you mentioned. And so I said, okay, I got the grant. Now we need to go a little bit more. So, and I also, last I want to thank all the candidates for putting the effort in, because 10 weeks is not, it's a short time, but it drains you. And I want to thank all of you for coming out here. And, you know, I found this quote that says, you know, don't aim for success. If you want it, just do what you love and believe in, and it will come naturally. So thank you.